Hey there, folks. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, where we dive into the juicy world of TV movies. Today, we've got a real treat for you, a recap of Lifetime's 2023 mystery thriller film, Pride, a Seven Deadly Sins story. Now, this movie is part of a series inspired by the best-selling novels by Victoria Christopher Murray, with each installment exploring a different deadly sin. So far, we've had lust, envy, greed, and wrath. But today, we're all about pride. Plot setup: Pride centers around the life of our protagonist, Gabriella Boudreau, or Ella for short. Ella's life takes a nosedive after the tragic death of her mother. But things take a twist when she gets involved in a burglary case. Her father, Ray, is powerless to help her, but Grandma Birdie offers assistance with one condition: Ella must work in Birdie's bakery until she's stable enough to fend for herself. Now, Birdie isn't your ordinary grandma. She's a successful entrepreneur with a popular bakery and even a TV show that offers a glimpse into her private life. Birdie firmly believes in hard work and is determined to teach Ella the same lesson. Family dynamics, but here's where things get complicated. Ella resents Birdie for not being there when her mother, Tasha, needed her most. Tasha passed away from pancreatic cancer, and Birdie's absence during that crucial time left a deep scar on Ella's heart. It's been 15 years, but the wounds are still fresh. Ray steps in and convinces Ella that living with Birdie is the best option for her future. Ella reluctantly agrees, and that's when her journey begins. Life with Birdie: Ella hopes for a warm welcome from Birdie, but that's not quite what she gets. Birdie sees her as a criminal, which dampens Ella's spirits. She's also expected to work and pay rent while living in Birdie's house. However, Uncle Gabe brings some light into Ella's life. He's warm-hearted and kind, and Ella quickly becomes a part of their reality show, which sends the ratings skyrocketing. Ella's discovery: as Ella gets to know Birdie better, she realizes that there's more to her grandmother than meets the eye. Birdie sacrificed everything for her children, and when Tasha dropped out of university, it triggered Birdie's own memories of past mistakes. Birdie had been studying medicine when she became pregnant with Tasha, and she chose to give up her studies to provide for them through her baking business. It took years of hard work, but Birdie never gave up. Ella begins to understand Birdie's perspective, and the photographs and jewelry of her late mother help her see that Birdie had always loved Tasha, despite their differences. Birdie's health crisis: one fateful evening, Birdie returns home from a party to find her jewelry box disturbed. Ella had noticed some unusual movements in Birdie's room before but thought little of it. The next morning, Ella discovers Birdie unconscious on her bathroom floor. It turns out Birdie has fallen into a diabetic coma, and Ella suspects foul play when she discovers that Birdie had been taking the wrong medication. Ella takes on the role of caregiver, but strange occurrences start happening around the house, making her uneasy. Fortunately, Uncle Gabe's return brings some comfort and joy back into her life. They're happy to have Birdie back, but their joy turns to shock when Birdie announces that she's leaving half of her fortune to Ella. Gabe's reaction: Birdie's decision doesn't sit well with Gabe, and he explodes in anger. He feels entitled to the inheritance and has sacrificed everything for it. He doesn't understand that Birdie is trying to make amends for her past mistakes and is genuinely concerned for Ella's future. Birdie also knows that Gabe is incapable of running the business on his own, given his reckless spending on alcohol and gambling. Ella tries to mediate between Birdie and Gabe but fails to resolve their differences. She decides to spend the night with Khalil, hoping for some respite. Attack on Ella: the next morning, Ella leaves early to welcome Birdie home, but an unexpected intruder knocks her unconscious. When she wakes up, Birdie and the police are already at the scene. The house has been broken into, and Birdie blames Ella, accusing her of fabricating the story to steal her jewelry. Ella's public reputation takes a hit, but the surveillance footage eventually proves her innocence. However, Ella is shaken by the accusations and the damage to her reputation. The police take her in for questioning, but thanks to Shanice, the head of security, who uses phone tracking data, they confirm Ella's whereabouts on the night of the burglary. Birdie's revelation: Birdie realizes her mistake and attempts to repair her relationship with Ella, understanding that this is her only chance to make amends. She publicly announces her decision to give half of her property to Ella, much to Gabe's dismay. Birdie is well aware of her son's financial irresponsibility and his demands for money, which Birdie often fulfills to protect him. However, she's shocked to discover that Gabe hasn't been paying child support to his ex-girlfriend, Larissa, who is now demanding it. Family secrets: Gabe, always resentful of his mother, blames her for his failures. He recalls how Birdie left him at home as a child to focus on her career. Tasha had been his support until she left with Ray and Ella. Gabe's life unraveled after that, leading him into drugs, kleptomania, and financial ruin. But Gabe refuses to acknowledge his own faults and continues to blame Birdie for not having enough money to support his lifestyle. Ella tries to set things right between Gabe and Birdie, but Gabe accuses her of stealing his share of Birdie's inheritance. This leads to a violent confrontation at Gabe's shop, where Ella and Khalil are attacked, and Ella's life hangs in the balance. Gabe's arrest: Shanice tracks their location, leading Birdie to the shop in time to prevent a tragedy. Gabe is arrested for his crimes, and despite all his faults, Birdie still tries to mitigate his punishment. Months pass, and Birdie decides to give all her possessions to Ella and Ray. While she's absent, they take over the bakery and Ella's studies. Ella is accepted into university, and Birdie is proud of her granddaughter's success. Birdie is confident that Ella is the right person to take care of her business, knowing she won't let her down. In the end, Birdie reflects on her life and the mistakes she's made but remains steadfast in her determination to make amends. Gabe's pride and refusal to acknowledge his own faults have cost him everything, and Birdie hopes that Ella can carry on her legacy with humility and responsibility. And there you have it, folks, the captivating story of Pride, a 7 Deadly Sins story. This movie takes us on a roller coaster ride of family dynamics, betrayal, and redemption, all centered around the deadly sin of pride. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more thrilling movie synopses. Until next time, stay tuned for more exciting movie adventures right here on my channel.